Hey guys, in this tutorial video, what I'm going to do is go over how to use the app Cronometer. So this is the nutrition app that we will be using to track our macronutrients and track our calories. So I'm going to do a little bit of a walkthrough here. Okay, so when you open up the app, it's going to ask you to put in some data like your weigh-ins, and it's going to maybe make some recommendations for you. Just ignore everything that the app says. Don't pay attention to any of the setup things. It doesn't really matter. You can just kind of fast forward all those things. Then once you get into the app, this is the home screen that you're going to see. Okay, so when you open up, this is the dashboard. You'll see at the top it's going to show you how many calories you've eaten so far. It's also going to show you how much protein, carbs, and fats that you have eaten so far out of your targets. I'm going to show you how to set those as well. And then here are all the foods that you're going to see. I have already inputted these so far, so this is what I've eaten so far today. But every time you input a food, it's going to put it in here. It does not categorize it by meal. However, you will see all the food that you've inputted in this dashboard. Okay, so let's walk through a few things on this app. Okay, so the main thing I want you guys to think about is when you open the app, first things first, go to settings, all right? Then you're going to go to targets, okay? And then you're going to open up macronutrient settings. Here, I want you to type in the macronutrient goals that I have set for you. So when you look in your spreadsheets or you chat with me or chat with Courtney, we will likely have, if you're watching this video, you likely have macronutrient goals. So in that case, you're going to go by grams, and you're going to type in those goals that I have set for you. So for example, my current macronutrient goals are somewhere within these ranges that I'm filling in right now. So 190 protein, 390 carbs, and 70 fat. So once you're done, just go back, and now those have saved. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to do when you go into the app. The second thing I want you to do when you go into the app is go to your nutrient targets. And this is pretty important one, so pay attention. So you see all these different nutrients. What I want you to do is go to the carbohydrate setting, and you're going to see a few things. Immediately when you first set up the app, it's going to be showing you net carbs. And we don't want to be tracking net carbs. We want to be tracking total carbs. So what you're going to have to do is, first of all, toggle with this and select visible, and then go down to net carbs, and then turn it off, because it's going to be set as visible when you first open the app, so make sure that you set it as not visible. So click that. The rest of the stuff we don't care about. There's too much stuff to track. Okay, so that's what I want you to do when you first open the app. So let's go back to the home screen now. So if we go back to the home screen and we press foods, you're going to see a bunch of different things that you can do. I'm not going to go over each one of them today, but you can dabble around with creating recipes, importing recipes, creating your own foods, which we might talk about in another video. But in this case, this is what, when you press foods, this is what's going to come up. And then if you press the bottom, like if you press the bottom plus sign, then you're going to see these things come up. So this is, every time you want to add a food, I'm just going to go back for a second. Every time you want to add a food, you press this, like you're going to, let's say you're going to eat some strawberries. You press this plus sign right here, and it's going to bring up this dashboard, and you'll see add food, scan barcode, whatever. Okay, so in this case, obviously we're adding food, so we're going to press add food, so that apple button there. And then what you can do is, the good thing about this this app Cronometer is that the database is verified, meaning that it's taken from actual registered databases instead of MyFitnessPal, where they kind of just have a bunch of data entries that random users have used. In this case, what we can do is actually type in the food we want to eat. So I'm going to say strawberries, and then type it in the state that you're weighing it in. So in this case, let's say I wanted to have some strawberries. Okay, so I'm going to type in strawberries, raw, and then we see right there, I click on the first option, strawberries raw, and then now I can type in the amount that I'm going to eat. So in this case, let's say I want to have 100 grams of strawberries. Perfect, and make sure you always set it to grams. Okay, so I'm just going to go back for a second and show you right here, serving size. Always set it to grams, and then choose grams, and then type in how much you want. In this case, you can see there's roughly 7.7 grams of carbs, pretty much no fat, and then there's the calories there. So that, and then I press input, and now you can see I've added strawberries to my day of eating here. So it will add to my totals. So you can see it here, my totals are now 105 carb, let's say 20 grams of fat, and 47 grams of protein, which is just under 800 calories. Okay, so that would be my food diary for the day so far. So let's see what we're going to do next. So what happens if you want to scan something? In this case, you're going to press that bottom plus sign again, and then you're going to press scan barcode. And what I'm going to show you is, for example, if let's say I wanted to eat some rice cakes, okay? So I go, I scan that, I'll show you again. So as soon as you press the scan barcode feature, it's going to bring you to this. You scan the barcode of whatever you're going to eat, and then in this case, I'm going to have 3 rice cakes, so I'll type in 3 at the top, and it says cakes, which are each 9 grams. And then press add food, and now you can see I've added 3 rice cakes to my day of eating. So that's a very important feature and very simple feature if you are going to scan things. Just make sure that when you scan it, that you type in the correct amount that you were eating from whatever you scanned.